What is good, fight fans? This is Ashley's Corner. Shout out to the LWBC. Now, I'm gonna make a quick video about this fight, real quick, just to get it out of the way. It's a couple of more videos I want to talk about, but I didn't write them down, and I forget the topics of what I wanted to talk about. I really did. I forgot. So, had too much going on this weekend, man. Way too much going on. But Gary Russell is going to be fighting King Tug, is what his nickname is. That's what they call him. I'm not going to pronounce his real name. I'm just going to call him King Tug. You know, that's what Gary Russell calls him. Shit. So I'm calling him King Tug. And this Saturday, which is tomorrow, February 8th, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific time on Showtime Television. Okay? In Allentown, PA, at the PPL Center in Allentown, Philadelphia. Okay? Or Pennsylvania. Now, this is another arena that's small as hell that Gary Russell's highlighting at, you know? The only positive thing about it is that his other younger two brothers is on it. But a couple of his last fights, it's not the first time he's, had his younger brothers on his undercard or whatnot, but it's a lackluster card, in my opinion. It is, I believe it is one other fight on the card. I can't remember who it is at the moment. But it is one other fight on the card that's interesting. I believe Guillermo Rigondeaux's fighting on the card. But this fight with Gary Russell, he's been stating he doesn't want the fight, but he has stated repeatedly that he is a worthy opponent. King Tug is worthy to fight him, and he's more technically sound than anybody he's ever fought. In my opinion, the man is green. So because of that, I already have the upper hand, Gary, But I'm going to start with the specs. Gary Russell has 30 wins, 1 loss going by from Lomachenko. He has 18 knockouts. He's fought for 148 rounds. His knockout rating is 58.06%. He's 31 years old. He's a southpaw. 31 years old, 31 fights. But he's a southpaw. He's 5'4.5", okay? And he has a 64-inch reach. Now, King Tug is 11-0, 9 knockouts. He fought for 50 rounds, 50, okay? His knockout rating is 81.82%. He's 28 years old. He's 5'8", with only a 66-inch reach, okay? So he has only a 2-inch reach advantage, even though he's 4 inches taller than him. He only has a 2-inch reach advantage. And the status on his BoxRec says he's inactive. He fights out of Mongolia, but I think it says he's inactive because he himself has fought once a year for the last 3 years. I think 2017, 18, 19, all one fight a year. Okay, so his last fight was January 26, 2019. That was King Tug's last fight. And his next fight is a year after that. A little over a year after that, and he's fighting not a little over, but yeah, a little over a year, and he's fighting Gary Russell Jr. Gary Russell's last fight was May 18th, 2019, okay? So the one fight a year king is actually fresher than King Tug. It's pretty funny, but 11 knockouts. Gary Russell keeps saying that, he got pop, he got a lot of knockouts. He's only had 11 fights. A lot of people have, 8, 9, 10 knockouts and have 11 fights. Your first 10 fights are usually people that you get out of there. And if you have good boxing ability or pop, you usually knock them motherfuckers out or stop them. I mean, that's not far-fetched. Fighters has done that grew more than okay fighters. They've had 9 knockouts in 11, 12 fights, So it doesn't really mean nothing as far as your boxing ability because he really hasn't fought nobody. You know what I'm saying? He's about to fight Gary Russell. The only thing I do agree, this is Gary Russell's toughest fight. Maybe. I don't know if I believe that. This is King Tug's hardest fight by far. The only thing that people is looking at is the fact that the man got popped and that he's 5'8", but he only has a 2-inch reach advantage on him. Damn near everybody that Gary Russell fight has a 2-inch reach advantage on Gary Russell. So that's not nothing surprising to me. His pop ain't that serious to me. None of that is that serious to me. You know what I'm saying? I see this as an easy fight for Gary Russell, unless King Tug, man, King Tug does have a way to make Gary Russell look bad in this fight, yo. I'm telling you, he has a way. But this is Gary's second fight against an undefeated fighter. His first fight against an undefeated fighter was JoJo Diaz. That was 2 fights ago, where JoJo was 26-0 and he was fighting at 126 pounds. Now that he's not cutting the weight, not killing himself, he's fighting at 130. He's already a champion. You know what I'm saying? So now that JoJo's at 130, he is the IBF champion, and he put up a good fight against Gary Russell when they fought. But King Tug has only had 11 total fights. So he's 11-0, but he only had 11 total fights. And he's been dropped before. He's already been dropped. And I think he was dropped. He was dropped in May 2018. He was dropped by the only undefeated fighter that he's faced. Del Tora, or I think his name is. That was an 8-round fight. And he did win it for a UD, but he did get dropped in the second round also. And Torres at the time was 19-0. Okay? So now he'll be facing Gary Russell, okay? And just like I said, Gary Russell said that he's a worthy opponent. Guys have pop. He has all of that shit and whatnot. But just like I said, he's very green. And he's been dropped before. And the fact that Gary Russell always boasts about his IQ, I'm more than sure he's going to use it, saying that he thinks this fight is going to be a high impact chess match, a high paced chess match. But King Tug, his style, all he really needs to worry about is staying away from Gary Russell for the first 2 rounds. That would frustrate. If Gary Russell really can't get no punches on you on the first 2 rounds, it's frustrating for him. I don't know if y'all can tell that, but the first 2 rounds, if he land 2 shots and you don't land none, that's just frustrating for him. You know what I'm saying? He likes getting busy straight away, real quick in the beginning of the fight. When it comes to fighting a fighter that's shorter than another fighter and, got a shorter arm reach, the biggest thing that you're supposed to do is your defense. Your defense got to be on point. If Gary Russell can't land shots on this dude, will frustrate him, and that will give Tug the opportunity to counter. Okay, now I understand it's very hard to counter somebody with fast hands, but as long as he keeps away. Just like how the reason why Tank Davis looked bad against Fonseca or whatever for that short period of time is because Fonseca wasn't throwing no punches. He wasn't doing anything. He was doing nothing. Some fighters, the less you do, the worse they look. They make mistakes. They can't fight unless you fight. Gary Russell's in that qualm for me. Like, he's in that parameter, And I'm not saying to sit in there and just look at the motherfucker, but when he throws, like you remember how Shakur Stevenson fought the person he fought to get that title? I can't remember what his name is, and he really didn't throw no punches. He just made him look crazy the whole time. Every time he threw a punch, he just used his reflexes to move. That's just a little bit out the way. With Gary Russell, you can't just stand stationary. You got to move your feet to get out of the way of those punches, and you can win a round just by being great defensively. Believe it, you can. I'm just saying, if the right game plan was put into place, he can make Gary Russell look bad. He can hurt Gary Russell, But I don't see nobody winning this fight but Gary. So I'm going to go with Gary Russell by unanimous decision. I don't see him stopping because, I did see the last press conference yesterday. He was very happy during the press conference. One thing, I don't even know how it rubbed me. If it was rubbing me the wrong way, I don't even care. I don't even really know. But he talked about the Mongolian people and how they met Genghis Khan and my ancestors beat them. Bruh, let's please leave that out of there. We are like when it comes to boxing, I really think racism should be left out of there. I'm not saying he's being racist, But how would you like it if somebody go up there and talked about how our ancestors got taken over? And I'm just saying. But always like and subscribe to the channel. Peace. Oh, forgot. Gary Russell did call out Devin Haney. He called out Devin Haney. He did say he wanted to see Devin Haney. He did say he wanted to see Teofimo Lopez. Let's see those videos. Always like and subscribe to the channel. Peace.